There's about 100 Republicans in Washington, D.C. that no matter how many phone calls you make, no matter how many times you get loud, no matter how many times you tell them to their face, don't do something, they just aren't going to listen. So now, it's our turn. We're going to make them listen. Stay tuned. Howdy folks, Dave Min here again, Rollman Revolution. Sorry if the lighting's really bad. It's a beautiful day, and then all of a sudden they decided to spray the hell out of the air again, and sure enough, the sun is now getting blacked out fairly quickly. It's a wonderful day here in the state of Florida. It's about 74 degrees, where everybody up north is feeling, the negative below type temperatures. So I'm sorry for that, but man, that's why Florida is such a wonderful state. And it's probably by far the freest state in the United States right now, because we have all sorts of crazy kind of going on in Washington, and I just don't understand how we get through to this ignorant type of thinking any further. You see, 100 plus Republicans yesterday voted in favor of this new continuing resolution, okay? But if you look at what the funding is actually for, these are the same Republicans who were campaigning against that about a year ago. And they just voted to kick the can down the road a little further and pay for the same exact bills that they told you and that they campaigned for in their primaries to get into office. They said they were going to be the fiscal conservatives. They said they were going to stop the Nancy Pelosi spending. When Speaker McCarthy was in there, these people were standing up and saying all sorts of things. But when push came to shove again, Speaker Johnson and 100 more of these people just buckled and gave Joe Biden and the Senate everything they wanted. I mean, Bob Good made a good point the other day. What the hell is the purpose of having a majority if you don't use the leverage that you have? Look, I don't get it anymore. I'm not a congressional person. I haven't worked in government, but I sure as hell can tell bullshit when I see it. And I sure as hell can tell a rot when it's happening. And there's a rot happening in Washington because everybody's just standing up there like a bunch of doofs, pretending to be something that they're not. All you have to do is put people, real people, with real problems and real understanding of what actually is going on here in America. And I guarantee you, these little problems that they keep talking about, these little issues would go away. But now what they're doing is they're trying to spend us into an oblivion to the point where America is going to have such a hard time recovering. But yet, here's my point. Doesn't change the damn thing. We are still going to be moving forward. We're still going to be fighting for it. And this is still going to be America in November of this year. We have got to do our part. I'm out here every damn day trying to inform as many people as I can to let them know that, look, the way we change this is by you and me getting involved and you and I having a say-so at the table. Donald Trump did that, okay? Regardless if you like him or not, he at least puts you in the room. And you need to take that into consideration when you look at all of these fake 100 Republicans that are in your districts. I'm very fortunate that Anna Paulina Luna in my district, she didn't going to have any of that crap. Because again, these people are the ones that realize it, the true MAGA base, where the Republican Party and where this country as a whole, forget about the names. I keep saying, throw the damn names out. It has nothing to do with that anymore. It has to do with you and me fighting against the quote unquote man, as they used to say, right? The government is doing everything they can to bankrupt this nation so that you and I have no way of getting out, that your sons and daughters are going to be paying for this crap for the next 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah, you will own nothing, but you ain't going to love it. I don't know, a lot of American people have never really gotten outside the borders of the United States. You have no idea what hell looks like. You have no idea how crazy things can really get in a country where the currency is no longer good. You bankrupt everything. They took all of the resources. They sold the entire country out to all these other people. You got criminals protecting criminals in these positions of power. Look what has just happened in 3 years' time under this administration. They have destroyed the language, they've destroyed the border, and they have destroyed our culture. This is not about right and wrong, left or right anymore. This is about saving this damn nation or getting the hell out of my way. Look, you saw what happened yesterday. These are supposed conservative Republicans that were only arguing 6 months, 8 months, 12 months prior, buckled like a belt and gave the administration that is doing this to us more leverage, more power, more money. Just kept funding them. And Speaker Johnson, you use that Christian Bible crap to try to protect yourself. You're not protected anymore. You are one of them. Your vote just puts you in the them category. You're no longer on the side of the American people because you couldn't be. Anyone in Congress who voted in favor of that continuing resolution, I'm sorry, your days are over. We are going to turf you out. We are going to put people in those positions of power who are going to speak for the people they represent. You have forgotten something someplace. I don't know where this elitist mentality has come from, how we have filled the halls of the greatest nation with criminals, tyrants, prostitutes, and puppets. No. You think you're going to win this game, but you're not. And what's going to happen is you're going to see the cycle continue and continue and continue. And guess what's going to happen when that happens? Other countries will follow. America is taking the lead, and that is why they are trying to chop us to the bits, because they know rightfully well that if you and I stand up against the cartel that is trying to bankrupt this nation, destroy this nation, open its borders, try to destroy the culture by intermingling it with all of these illegal aliens, when you start to realize that we are on the same team and we are fighting for that cause, and they know that this is an ascending movement, they have to try to knock us out. They have to take us out. Because when we win, the other countries around the world are going to realize that is the blueprint to having a successful nation. No more of this dictatorship, no more of this CCP nonsense, no more of this communist crap where you are putting people in cells and making them do slave labor so that a small few can make billions. No. We're going to change the way we do business. We're going to change the way we think about business. We're going to change the way countries interact with this United States. That's what's going to happen. And I promise you, my friends, if we all stick together in this effort, if we fight on our front foot and put the enemy on its back foot, they're going to get exhausted. They cannot continue to keep fighting in this attitude. That is why they needed this continuing resolution, so they continue to keep funding their illegal operations for a few more weeks so they can throw it into an omnibus package in March. These people think we're stupid, but this is all they do. And now Speaker Johnson has been added to the pile of the same nonsense that has come before him. I hardly say this is criminal, but it is. Because you literally just put the lives of millions of Americans in jeopardy. You have reduced the security of this nation. As a matter of fact, you did nothing for the security of this nation in this bill. The border is still wide open. You people are mad. Mad, but there's a correction here. And it's coming. It's coming for you. I hope you're ready. Just remember, you did this. You did this. We are going to remove all of you and install MAGA Republicans to take over this country. That is the reality. We need people who are going to stand in the breach and take the shot if necessary. People like Speaker Johnson are amongst the same cowards and puppets and prostitutes that walk the halls of that great nation, or that great city. No. Here's the problem. They have tried to convince you and I, America, that this government sucks, that the laws are crappy. No, it has nothing to do with the laws. It has nothing to do with the government. The government's way too large, I agree. We need to get rid of half the crap running there, but it's not the government, it's not the laws. It's the people who are running this. You can have a great blueprint, but if you don't plan your work and work your plan properly, well, guess what? You're going to crash. And that's what this whole administration's designed to do. Put a puppet and a moron in the number 1 and number 2, and then you have some other entity making all of the decisions, because no lucid, no American caring president would put any of the policies that this man has put into power and to put into play. No. I'm sorry. It's time we stand up. It's time we fight back. And it all starts with you. What you just saw happen the other day is only a prequel to the crazy that's going to continue in 2024. See, these people have figured out different ways to try to pull all of our emotions in 1,000 different directions. What they're going to do is make you and I make our heads spin. And a lot of us and a lot of people out there aren't going to be able to handle it. So many have already checked out. I get it, I understand, but please step aside. Please don't get in the way. Because again, people like myself, and there's many others out there that have just had enough. Look, the only stake I have in the game now is to take this country back from the people who stole it. I don't know about you, but if your life has been a little shittier than it usually is, it's because of the decisions that are being made right in front of you. If you are watching the mainstream media to try to get the answers and you can't figure out why, they're telling you everything is wonderful, golden, and Joe Biden's the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? Well, they keep saying that. You have to start asking yourself, if this is your decision, is this really what's going on? Is this really what you're seeing? And that's where it comes full circle, my friends. We've got to get in the game. You got to get in the game. The first thing we need to do is to turf out all of these people who voted in favor of this. We mean business. And when we say we mean business, that means action. Plan your work, you plan, and then you take it into play. We have this, they know we have this, and they are running scared. We have to keep them on their back foot. We have to keep fighting forward no matter what. I hope to see you all out on the battlefield. I know I ramble quite a bit, but I don't know about you, but every day I come home from work, I turn on the tube to try to get just a little insight as to what the heck's going on. And it's just another clown show. The clown show gets worse and worse by the day. It's just, I've had enough. And now, the biggest clown, bozo, Speaker Johnson, now you're on my radar too. Come on, folks. Get out there, do your part where you live. It starts at the local level. It starts by getting your voice and start speaking about it everywhere you are, in your family, at the library, at the church, at your work. I know. People keep saying, oh, I can't talk about this. Yes, you can. We got to stop living in fear. We got to start taking back the things that are ours. We got to start putting ourselves in the room. We got to stop being pussyfooting around and being worried about, oh, I might hurt somebody's feelings. Sorry. I'm not here to hurt your feelings, but at the end of the day, this world has been turned upside down, and the only way we're going to get it back is by not stop pissing and moaning about it. Can't be sitting around pissing and moaning. No, you have to fight forward. And that means if you have to punch somebody in the mouth to get them to listen, you punch them in the mouth to get them to listen. Figuratively, but you know what I mean. You have to do what you have to do. In these times, I'm sorry, there's no more fear. Got to fight back. All right, folks, it's starting to rain here in Florida. It's a beautiful sunny day, and then look at this. All right, folks, I'll see you out on the battlefield. Fight back. You can do this. We are going to win. I want people to keep their heads up. It's going to get better. Talk with you soon. Take care. Peace.